Hello and welcome to another episode of Nerd BS. This is episode 48. It is Sunday, the 11th of December. So, whenever we're talking about days, that's the day we're recording on, and that's not the day it's going to be released. So, I'm Alan, by the way, and I hope you're having a good holiday season. It's been super busy for myself, and I'm assuming probably the same for you, just driving around doing all sorts of crazy stuff. But how you guys doing there, Kyle? How you doing? This time of year. I know you're super busy as well.
Yeah, pretty busy. Driving around, doing crazy stuff, like you said.
Doing crazy stuff, yeah.
We actually
Christmas shopping.
We went and looked at Christmas lights tonight after dinner.
Oh, that is one thing I want to get doing. I haven't done Christmas lights yet. I need to do that.
Yeah,
I've been driven around that much. That's cool. I wonder if that place still does it. There's one place near us in Ukaipa that did some really good Christmas lights, and it was really fun to go.
It started getting a little crazy.
See it.
Just a little too many people at those kinds of places, but
yeah, they had big queues going in, and it was just like you were just like on this long train of cars, wondering if you're going to be able to get out of there and or not.
Yeah, it's a little claustrophobic.
Seeing all that crazy stuff. Here, Tomas, chiming in there. How you doing there, Tomas?
Just like, is this where I'm going to die? Is this where
yeah, in the middle of Christmas lights?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Despite the stressful season, I'm doing pretty well. Fortunately, did most of my shopping online, so now it's just waiting for the stuff to get to my house.
Oh yeah, we've been dealing with that too. It's just a constant wait of like, when's the next thing gonna come? And I wanted something weird for Christmas, I guess, is what my wife keeps telling me. And she ordered it off of not Amazon. And it has been apparently a stressful ride of when is it going to be here? These people are not going as fast, and they're not giving me as many updates.
Is that the official site, not Amazon.com?
Not Amazon. I don't know where. Well, she won't tell me where she got it from because she said if she tells me, I'll know. So she can't tell me where she got it from.
I think I got a patent that. That's a good.
That's a good name. Yeah, not Amazon. It's like the not Starbucks from Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyways,
you get a call, you just answer it. Hey, this is not Amazon. Just to remind you, we're not Amazon, so we're not getting your package.
So don't expect much.
It'll get there when it gets there.
And it looks like we got Chris over here. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing all right. You hit the nail on the head with that high level stress, man. It's been 2 weeks into December, and it feels like it's been 2 years. This month has been hectic already.
That's how I feel. It's like me and my wife we're like, we're gonna do all the shopping really quick, like the beginning, so we can enjoy December. And it's already the 11th. We're getting like halfway through, and it's still not done yet. And we're dealing with the same stuff again, like we did last year. But hopefully it'll all be worthwhile, when Christmas comes around. So I hope everybody has a good holiday. But anyways, well, we can move on to our favorite, or Tomas's favorite part of the episode, the plugs. He loves plugging his things. So Tomas, why don't you go first?
I think it's just
I'm not going to turn that around to anything. Why don't you finish it, Tomas?
I just think it's just because I'm really quick, and that's why they like me plugging things because I'm fast at it.
Well,
I mean, you gotta be good at. Everybody's good at something, I guess.
You all gotta have your one thing. Anyways, no, trust me, I know how that sounded. But anyways, so my Twitter and my Instagram are at TomasFDiaz86. That's where you can go find me. My website is TomasFDiaz.com. That's where I post little short stories that I've been writing. I just posted another one up today, so please go read them. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Why don't you go, Kyle, and then we'll go Chris, and I'll wrap us up at the end there.
You can find me at Skybosson_video games at Instagram, and I will be having a giant holiday sale this Friday.
Ooh.
16th?
Yes. Let's go. We're back. We're back in it.
Yeah, we're back. I'm going to be on Whatnot, but you can find all the links on my Instagram. Just get over there.
Is there
Christmas already bleeding the account? Jeez.
Yeah,
it's getting stressful. Gotta start making that money again.
Gotta sell more stuff.
A little tight for cash. Really, I'm running out of room. Like I think they're just starting to pile up again. It's like,
oh yeah.
Let's just need to make some space, and why not make some extra cash?
Too much
For
in
sure.
and
I'll have
out.
to check that out.
Yeah,
I need to get.
I did try selling like on Mercari and eBay again, but it is so slow moving. It's like 1 a week, 2 a week at best, and whatnot. I'm probably gonna sell like a couple hundred games this week. So it's like, yep,
Nice.
time to ship it out.
All right, and Chris, go ahead and plug your stuff. I know it's
Yes.
easy.
Yeah, super easy, seamless. K-Bizzle4 on all platforms. That is the TikTok, that's Twitter, that's Facebook, that's Instagram. It's the whole nine. Everyone, or YouTube too. Sometimes you'll have like the gaming added to it, but if you put K-Bizzle4, it'll auto-generate and it's all there. It took me forever to get them all, but I have them now. It's like Pokemon. I've collected all. The Pokedex is full, and it feels great.
There you go. Are you playing Pokemon? I didn't even asked you.
No.
No, I got excited. I was like, "Where's another
No.
Pokemon player?"
I'm
No,
sorry.
not you though.
You used to though, right?
Yeah, but it's on the Switch. You know how I am about the Switch.
He,
man.
he likes the Switch so much he doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
just
stay pristine.
too
You taught me that
fragile.
if you keep it pristine enough, that it's going to be worth something in the future.
Yep, you got to keep it clean.
And you're going to be
Yep.
the sucker that has 5 of them that are worth nothing, and I'm going to have the one that's
Yeah,
mint
the Switch-
condition.
There's too many
Yeah.
out there. They're not going to be worth anything.
Oh no, there's
Maybe-
this is gonna be easy.
My
what
guess
everyone
is
said.
maybe the Switch Lite because those things.
Not as popular. Kind of like that Game Boy
Yeah.
Micro. That probably a little less
Yeah.
than that because Game Boy Micro is a bit more rare. I don't think it's gonna be that rare.
Well, you never know.
You guys,
Kids
I guess
Kids
I
just
don't.
throw these things around. They could all just be
Oh,
destroyed.
let me go through my plugs, and I got a little feed to tell you about. But so we got the podcast plugs at nerd_BS. We got my Twitter at ScadMatrix, and we have our email nerdbackstory@gmail.com. Our Discord, which if you contact any of us, I think they could get you invited to the Discord. Also, I put all of this information in our description. So if you see it down below, you can see the description and all the information is there. So if you're looking for somebody in particular or something, it'll be there, including a
remember-
fresh Discord link.
Just remember, we're not Amazon, so it may take us 2 to 3 business
May
days.
take
to get
2 to
back
3
you.
business days. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that because I will admit I am lacking on sometimes, on YouTube checking if there's comments or anything. I've missed a couple.
You're the best out of
feel
all
bad.
of us, though.
Yeah,
You
True.
shouldn't.
by far the best out of all of us.
But anyways, what I wanted to get at was yesterday, 2 days ago, actually, my son was playing his Switch, and so Skylar has been on here before, but he is glued to that thing, the Switch. He loves it. He has it with him at all times. He's always playing it, especially recently since Pokemon came out.
Mm.
Well, he needed to go to the restroom, so he put his Switch on the corner of the bed,
Oh,
Mhm.
and the OLED Switch fell down when he was
Oh.
gone, and it put this nice little divot in the screen, completely destroying it.
Oh.
Yes, so OLEDs, when you see the pressure where it hit, there's like this. You can see it's like a spider web almost goes from there and it
Mhm.
goes all over the place.
Mhm.
So we had to go through. I went through Nintendo to get it. I'm trying to get it fixed right now. But fortunately, we had his old Switch, so I switched everything
Oh.
over to it. So
Get
I've
it?
always. I had to switch. Yeah, we had to switch everything over to it. But it is expensive. I think it's like $170 to get this thing fixed through
Yeah.
Nintendo. I mean, this is the OLED, so it's
Mhm.
the newest
Yeah,
one.
that's
Big
like half
fancy
price.
screen.
I could have gone a little cheaper if I went with a third party, but I was a little bit like, well, I mean, it's Nintendo, though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
probably
the
would
guys
rather
that
go
know.
with them. Yeah, the guys. Yeah. Well, I think I found one for like $100 online, but I don't know. I just
It'll
kind of
never come back. It would
yeah,
never come
that's what
back.
I was worried
Yeah.
about. So I went with Nintendo, but you should have seen his face though when I told him, "Oh, we can get it fixed, but it's going to take 10 to 16 days," and he was just like,
Fine.
"Oh,
What am I gonna do with my
is there
life?
any way
That's the
to
whole
go
Christmas
faster?"
That's the entire Christmas break in Madden.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Oh,
what's going
I didn't
on,
think about
and
that.
and
All his
also
free
you
time in the
know
game. Gone.
Christmas presents, are coming
Yeah,
as well,
somebody has
and
the
he
old one,
like
right?
Fortunately, he does have his old one. I was actually just about to sell it. I had somebody lined up on Friday to sell it, and I had to message them and tell them, well, we're not going to be able to sell it yet because we had this issue happen.
Send them my
So
way.
send it your way.
Send
The new Switch or the broken one? Oh, the buyer your way if they need to switch?
Yeah, I got
Oh boy.
3 of them now.
Oh, do you really?
I have one of each model.
Oh wow. How much you selling the OLED for?
It's not up for sale, but
Oh, okay.
Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price. There it is.
Everybody has a price. Well, they're pretty easy. I think they're easy to find now. I see them at the store.
They are a little bit easier to find, yeah.
I never upgraded because I couldn't find a reason to because I never use it portably. So I was like, well, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
Man, I have the 2DS. You're talking about you never upgraded. I have the 2DS. All right.
Do you have the
2DS? You have a Switch Lite.
I also have a Switch Lite, but I still have a 2DS.
Oh, you do? Okay, then.
You have that doorstop one, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't fold up?
We have one of those. Yeah, that was the first one I bought. So I gave my son a Game Boy as his first video game thing. As my dad's old Game Boy, the gray one, the brick that he played for a while.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. And then eventually I upgraded him to the doorstop because I was like, I mean, he can't break it, right? It's like I was thinking that maybe it would last a while, which it did. It lasted until he finally got another one, but still.
So what do you do with the door now? Do you just let it?
I know. Well, now I can use it as a doorstop because nobody's playing with it. Yeah, so I mean, now it can stop the door. So
do its original purpose.
All right. Well. For those that don't know, we had the Game Awards, and we did put the Game of the Year on here. I mean, it's everywhere at this point, but we can lead with that if you'd like to, Tomas. I know this is your big one. I think this was your most, the one you thought would win, or did you think God of War would win?
No, I had I knew God of War was going to give it a run for its money, but I really hoped and wanted Elden Ring to win because of the originality. Like God of War was a sequel. I felt like because Elden Ring was a reboot, not really a reboot, but it was kind of a culmination of everything they've done, kind of put into one game, and I really liked it.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah,
yeah,
just the best of their stuff all in one game.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time I've actually played a Game of the Year in a while, I think. I mean, I played it extensively.
And this is also the first time you've done a FromSoft or
Souls-like, whatever you want to call it, FromSoft, yeah.
So that's the other reason that I really felt Elden Ring deserved this. It gained such a massive fan base that it had never been able to that never touched it before.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, in my personal opinion,
I touched it.
In my personal opinion, if you've done that, then you've definitely made something that deserves.
It was it was a pretty explosive game. Yes, a lot of people were talking about it. It was the buzz for quite a while. Surprisingly,
I will admit, I saw something on my Twitter feed that had God of War and Elden Ring, their combat side to side. And I won't lie, and it's a problem that I feel like FromSoft has in almost all their games. The combat in Elden Ring is nowhere near as seamless as God of War. Like God of War, watching the two of them next to each other, God of War moves at a pace and moves through the rhythms of switching weapons and stuff just insanely well. And then you look at Elden Ring, and it's like you can duck, roll, jump, and bash someone.
So do you think that Elden Ring kind of had a head up on God of War for the simple fact that God of War just came out recently, so it hasn't really had a chance to digest in people's minds, whereas Elden Ring has been out for quite a while?
I mean, perhaps I can't say that probably isn't a factor, but I still think, despite the difference in the combat, despite perhaps what you were saying, Alan, the difference in release dates, I still think Elden Ring deserved it because there was something so engrossing, something so, at least for me, enchanting about that game. Like, God of War is still your traditional RPG. Like, go here, kill this, go here, kill this, go here, save this, go here, win game. Press X a lot.
Win game.
Like, it's whereas with Elden Ring, like, you could literally go, well, I'm gonna go north. Like, the first time I played Elden Ring, I went straight up the map, like northward. And when my buddy Bri got on and we started playing together, he went south and he was like, "Did you know there's a whole extra part down here?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
And then
It's a lot.
playing, yeah, and then playing with Kyle and Alan, playing with you, I found dungeons and caves that I didn't find playing by myself, and it was just like, "Oh wow, this is intense."
It
And
is.
and then also there's the fact for me, FromSoft, man, gets my blood pumping. God of War is kind of like, yeah. Whereas FromSoft, like, I'm sitting there like, I don't know how I'm going to beat this boss. I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
I've got to figure this out.
Their boss battles are the epicness of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to match.
Mhm.
It
And
really
there's
is.
so many and so many different
Yeah.
variations and so many different creatures and enemies
Yeah.
with different weapon types and using magic and size differential and map.
Yeah.
It's just so many variations. It's no fight seems like the last one, which
Yeah.
is the
True.
craziest part with
Did-
so many that they have.
Mm.
So how did you feel about Elden Ring, Chris? It seems like you have some
Lost.
experience with it.
I felt lost
Got lost.
because the game is massive.
It's too
Yeah.
much.
And like Tomas was saying, is that you just take off in one direction and then you open up this map. You're like, holy crap, there is literally a whole other quadrant on this map that I even know existed, a
Mhm.
whole
Yeah.
other realm. And then you can walk by stuff. When I say stuff, like in dungeons, you're walking by little caves and nuances that if you're not looking actively, you're going to walk right by it. Right? It's like you can explore the same area for 8-10 hours,
yeah.
and then on the 12th hour you find something. You're like, how did I miss that? Like, if it was a snake it would have bit you. Like, it's just
Yeah.
so beautifully built, and it's so seamless too, right? There's barely any load screens. You can travel the whole map,
That is, yeah.
right? It just keeps you fully immersed. And that's another thing too, I think they did such a good job, is that they made it so that it's so immersive that you're not waiting for a load screen to load screen to load screen. You can literally just step into a dungeon and you're in it, right?
Mm.
You can,
Yeah.
other than crossing like the mist or the veil to you fight a boss, and it kind of isolates
Yeah.
it so that you have your boss fight, you get max frames and all that stuff. But other than that, like when you're walking around the map, you feel like you're in it. Like
Mm.
there's no change. Everything is seamless. You go from biome to biome, world to world, situation to situation, so effortlessly. It's like you almost get lost in it, and before you know it, 3 hours, 4 hours go by, and you
Yeah.
haven't even touched an inch of the map. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's insane. So I felt lost. Honestly, I
That
just
part's
felt lost.
frustrating. That part where you're 3 or
Yeah.
4 hours in and you're like, I didn't make any progress. What's going on? That was frustrating to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did not like it.
The only way I could even do it, because I don't really do well with open world games for the most part, because I just you get lost, and then I feel like I haven't really made any progress, and I usually end up stopping at some point. Like Skyrim, I never finished Skyrim because it's just
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I get lost in so many different side stories that eventually, by the time I'm done with the game, I actually didn't finish the game. And this Elden Ring, the only way I actually finished it is because I had Tomas, who was on a second playthrough, and kind of told me where to go next, which helped a
Yeah.
lot
Which is
for me.
That's how I beat Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, but like that's honestly, but that's the other thing that I feel like FromSoft has in its favor. In my personal opinion, at least from what I know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I have played all the God of Wars, but maybe I'm missing a feature that I've never seen before. But I don't think you could have ever co-op in God of War. Like
Uh-uh.
there's
I don't
never a
think so.
situation where you do it.
No.
Like that to me is what makes the FromSoft games so fun. Is you can go in there with your friends and beat your head up against a boss.
I mean, just make sure you open up your security a little bit, because
Yeah.
Elden Ring,
It's
they
true.
need a little bit more access than
It's true.
other games.
It's true.
There's
But
a
I mean,
story there.
to me, there's nothing
I
more
think we talked about it before in the
satisfying-
cast.
Yeah, but to me, there's nothing more satisfying than going into a boss room with my fiance or with my friend, with Alan, with Kyle, and like this boss that I have been struggling to beat over and over again, and then they come in and it's like, oh, we beat it, and it's like, oh, thank goodness. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that is pretty
nothing more
fun.
satisfying than that. Like,
But what happens with me with that is that you guys go to bed and I'm still hyped up and I'm like, well, I'm gonna like that boss was cake, and then I go to the very next guy that's not even boss, and you're like, oh well, I died, and I don't want to
yeah,
play this game
it's
anymore.
true.
That's the opposite end of it. I felt like Elden Ring it was too much, and I think my expectations were that it was going to be like way different than
Mm,
FromSoft's previous titles. But to me, is Dark Souls 4 just expanded, and I just there was something missing, like the
mm,
charm that Dark Souls had for me just wasn't there. So I never finished Elden Ring. Not
yeah,
opposed to if like you're saying I'd go back play with you guys, but
yeah,
um, I I'm not super surprised at one for all the
yeah.
reasons you guys mentioned. Um, I am surprised that Stray was even nominated in that category in the
Now,
Game of the
see,
Year.
Yeah.
I've wanted to play that. I have actually wanted to play that. I haven't gotten it yet because my
I
fiance
won't.
will rip my head off if I buy a
Oh
game.
wow. Why
Well, no,
won't
because it's
you,
Christmas.
Kyle? I'm kind of
Oh, I thought you
curious.
were saying for my thing.
No,
Oh
no,
well,
no.
cats are spawn of Satan. So I have
Oh
no.
Oh,
wow.
I see.
No, I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
Huh.
But
You heard it here, folks.
I don't. Yeah, well,
Don't you have a cat at home?
No, I don't think he
not
does.
anymore.
Oh right, sensitive
Yeah,
subject. My bad. Yeah,
yeah, but not
delete
for
that from
me.
the cast.
She doesn't. My wife doesn't listen to this. It was her cat. He was fine. He passed away in this past year, I think. I don't know. It's been a while, but
Oh well,
I've never
yeah.
liked games that where you control animals. I've tried, and even
Um,
the Twilight Princess, the parts where you're the when
Wolf.
Link is the wolf, I was like, ugh, when am I not the wolf? I don't want to do this anymore.
yeah, Stray was good. I really enjoyed Stray, but yeah, it was short, and I think that helped. It's helped
Yeah, that's
that it was
interesting.
short because it is something you probably wouldn't want to do for a long period of time.
Hmm.
But the time I had with it, I did beat it. It was enjoyable. So
But see, that's something that to me recently has become disappointing, and it probably it, it probably plays into like the Assassin's Creed trope and stuff like that. Like, you can make a really good game, and it doesn't have to be hours long. If it can be immersive, if you can get yourself engrossed in it, if you can uh if you can enjoy the story, if you can follow the story, and if by the end of it you go, you know what, that was worth my money, well played. You know, I feel like lately this idea like we have to have a bigger map, we have to have more things, we have to have more of this, more of that, can be detrimental. It obviously was detrimental for some of us that used to like Dark Souls really passionately. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like the map size thing has become uh, a thing of contention with me because there are sometimes in a game where I want that really big map. I want to just play this game to the very end. Like The Witcher. I loved how big The Witcher's map was. But then you put me in Horizon Zero Dawn and I look at how big that map is and I'm like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like,
I felt the same with Horizon. Like Breath of the
so
Wild for me is a good one. I explored. There's probably stuff I haven't even explored. That map is huge, but I loved it. I
mm,
wanted to. But yeah, like Horizon's a good one. It's like, oh, that's how much of this game there is.
yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah,
like,
no
whoa,
thanks.
I don't know if I can do this for that long. Like,
yeah, I'm not a huge open world person either. For the most part, I try, but I end up just not doing very well in them.
mm.
But
On that note, before we move on, are you still playing Sonic? Do you ever finish?
Oh,
okay, so I played it a lot, and I keep meaning to go back to it, but after Pokemon came out, I didn't go
Uh,
back to it yet.
were you enjoying it?
Yeah, I was. Why? It was actually really fun.
Huh.
Were you
You
not?
know,
Did you
I
not try it?
no, I didn't try it. It just from what I saw, it seemed too open. It's like one of those games. was almost like that first
Um,
Pokemon Arceus, like when they threw it out there and it was so open and empty that it was almost like they were seeing like, hey, does this really work for our idea? I would just, I don't know. It just seemed like it was just too open, like too open
I
for
mean,
me.
I could see why you would think that because of the way the trailers were set up and everything. And yeah, the areas are pretty big, but with the speed of Sonic, getting around the large area is not that big of a deal. And there's a lot of like obstacles and things that are. It's very much taking Sonic into an open world, and it's done pretty well. It's still Sonic though, and I would argue that it is probably the best third or like 3D Sonic game I've ever played. But
Nice.
it's also a 3D Sonic game, so take that as you will.
Yeah, if I travel with me back in time to when Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast came out, Sonic and then the
Phenomenal
second
game.
one. What's that?
Phenomenal game. The game was
Oh,
fantastic.
you love that one? Yeah.
I
mean, if
loved
you
it
go back,
too, and then
if
you
you
go
were to
back
go,
to it, and
yeah,
you're like, "Holy crap!"
this is not playable. And one of the
Like,
problems
why did I
was,
love this game? Right? Like, why did I love
yeah,
it so much?
I know.
it's definitely of the time, but like in the open, quote unquote, open world parts of that game, you end up getting stuck on so much because you like, all right, let's just
Mhm.
run. I just want to run around. Let's get this
And you
Sonic guy
can't.
going. And yeah, you just get stuck on edges and corners, and you're like, oh, this is lame.
Yeah, it's not that bad, and they do a
Which,
decent job at fixing a lot of that. But yeah, there's still instances where where you're platforming and you're speeding and trying to like stop speeding to platform because something's above
mhm.
you. And you're
Precise
still at this
movements.
weird, yeah. The precision is just not there, and it's very,
Yeah,
it can
haven't
be very
figured
rough
that
at
out.
times.
Haven't like
Yeah,
perfected that yet.
it doesn't
Because
seem like it
the
now.
2D, the side-scrolling Sonic games got it down. I feel like Sonic Mania,
Yeah,
in particular, is a phenomenal
yeah.
game. So
Sonic Mania was great for sure. That was, I mean, that's where they went back to the the old formula, which
it
was,
wasn't even
I mean,
it
very
wasn't
good
even
formula.
Sega either, which is
No, it was a
concerning.
home. Yeah, it was like an independent developer that was making Sonic games that Sega just contracted essentially
Yeah,
instead of
Sega's like,
suing them.
oh, yeah, hey Nintendo, take a note.
It was just smart. It was just a good idea, and it worked out in their favor this time.
True.
And he was very specific. The new Sonic game, he was very specific that he only did Sonic 3 and nothing else on that. So he was making a point. What was that new Sonic collection? Because
Oh, the
there was a lot
collection.
of
Yeah.
issues with it. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with it, and he was very clear that he only did Sonic 3. He didn't do anything else.
By the way, they keep messing it up, not me.
Yeah. But anyways, the one I really want to talk about, I don't know if you get, I know there's like independent on here and stuff. The only one I was very interested for was the best multiplayer game because it was really nice to see Splatoon just pop up, taking down Call of Duty for one time. I don't know how long that's going to last.
Yeah.
But they beat Call of Duty, they beat Overwatch 2, which I'm not like Overwatch 2 in and of itself. There's been a lot of issues with in general, from what I've understood. Now, the Overwatch community is not exactly enjoying the second one very
It's
much
just
right now.
Overwatch. It's the exact same game. They just put
Is
a
that-
2 on
Yeah,
it.
Oh, really?
it's a weird
It's
move.
literally the
Is that
same
what it
game.
is?
It's a
Okay.
weird
the
move.
same game.
Yeah, it is. I don't
It's
know
a weird
why-
move that they did. Yeah.
I don't
So
know why
it's
they
like
needed a sequel.
it's like FIFA. They just do the same game all over
They
again.
just paint,
Yes,
copy
that's
paste.
a really good. That's a good way of putting it. It's like a 2K or Madden.
Yeah.
Just here you go. Here's another one. It's like, wait, it's the
Yeah.
same game. No, it's different. I promise. It's like,
They
no,
got
I don't
different-
think it is. It's like, no, it is. Just
His
believe us, it
number,
is.
his jersey number is different. That jersey number is a different jersey number. Don't
See
worry about
that
it.
different cover athlete. Definitely a different game. Oh, right. So yes, that's what they did. They just changed the number and said this is a
Yeah.
new game.
He's on a new team. Duh, guys, come on. You didn't know? Splatoon also beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Turtles. I noticed
Yeah.
that too, which was a great game, and I beat it countless
I thought
times.
so.
I enjoyed that game a lot. I played it both on Switch and on PS5 quite a bit.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's better than Splatoon. I think it's great for a fun
It doesn't-
nostalgia time, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
You're
you
not
have a
still
right good
playing
time
it,
with
right?
it. But no, exactly. I'm not still
that's the
playing
thing.
it. So
that's
Yeah.
that's the kicker. Like you're still
Like
playing
Splatoon 3, I've already hit the most hours I've played on any Splatoon game so far. So, like when I saw that I'd already surpassed my time with Splatoon 2, I realized that they have added enough to the second one. And yes, it does feel like mechanically it feels very similar to the second one, and it probably could have been done with updates or DLC, but at the same time they did make a third game and they did it really well, and it's probably the best it's ever been. I'm curious to see. I don't know how long Splatoon 2 is out for, and I've been meaning to look it up because I was talking to my brother-in-law today, and I was actually wondering, like, we were talking about it and we were thinking like, well, how much for battle passes and everything. So it came out in 2017, and Splatoon 3 came out this year.
It was basically a launch game.
So it was basically a launch game, and that means that it was out for 5 years, I think. 5 years before Splatoon 3 came out. So you pay $60 and they don't have any DLC for it. So for 5 years, I think that's a pretty good deal. And then you get the next one. Like if you start looking into season passes and stuff, you're going to be spending way more than that, or battle passes. So $60 for 5 years of content it's pretty reasonable, actually.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
And now they're doing like season passes in the game, but they're all free. They're just
I'm
part of the game.
With that win, that like the other, the Call of Duties and the Overwatches take notice and go like, oh, because those are both sequels. All three of those games are sequels: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3.
You're right, yeah.
And it's like, and those, all we talk about with the other ones are the complaints, right? And Splatoon, Splatoon 3 is what it is, but like you said, it's cheaper. Just that fact alone is like,
like overall it's cheaper, because Call of Duty you're paying for the game, and I'm sure there's a season pass. I'm not 100% because I don't play it.
Too.
Yeah,
brain cells. And frustration.
Brain cells and frustration, and probably years off your life.
Yeah, no thanks.
So you're paying a lot, not just monetary amounts for those type of games.
So hopefully the industry moves, just sees like it doesn't have to completely shift, but takes notice of like what Nintendo's doing with that, because it's good.
Yeah, for sure, and it's a great game, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Kyle, did you want to do the indie game or Chris? I don't know if you want to talk about a specific winner this year at the Game Awards that you were happy about. Either one.
No, nothing here for me on the indie side. The last indie game I played was the Sultan Sacrifice, and I never even got around to beating that. So
we did talk about that. I just wanted to mention it because Stray did win that game, that award, I should say.
You were mentioning it. The game you don't want to play because you don't like cats.
I don't. Yeah. I don't like controlling animals in video games. It just doesn't work.
Just in real life, got it. Heard.
Yeah, well, heck yeah. You get a dog trained that loves you and responds to you.
Make a cat dance.
Oh well, good luck with cats. That's impossible.
I don't know. I'm a cat. I like cats. So.
I know.
Personally,
a lot of people do. It's fine. I'm just surprised. Maybe not super surprised. I didn't play Tunic, but I heard a lot of good things. And Cult of the Lamb was the other one.
Well, Tunic was. Well, you are an animal.
Zelda,
it's still.
Right? Yeah, Fox Zelda.
Yeah, but you are an animal, but you're still like you still have two legs and two arms. Yeah, humanoid. Yeah, so it's not like exactly the same thing. You just look like a fox.
Okay, yeah. If I got to get really specific, I guess.
No, I was just going with the animal thing. Sorry. I was just going with the animal thing. It's not as much of an animal thing. I wasn't.
The other one was Sifu, which I've that one I do want to play. I have it, but I haven't. Have you played it, Thomas?
I've heard so many mixed things about it. I've almost bought it like 3 times.
Yeah, it goes on sale a lot.
They're supposed to be making like a movie or a show for that.
Yeah, I think it's a movie from what I heard.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up actually right now because I want to be sure. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a super cool concept, and I will play it eventually. I think from what I've heard, though, it's lacking a few things that if they were to make a sequel, I think they could probably have the game of the year or something close to it, because the whole idea of it is just, it sounds awesome. Did you look it up?
Yeah, it's a short film.
Oh, okay.
By the creators that did John Wick.
Oh,
yeah, there you go. That could be interesting.
Good news. Yeah.
Everyone perks up a little bit. Oh
Yeah, like,
okay, I
oh,
can get around
hey.
that.
I don't know
Hey,
about this game, but maybe the short movie might be interesting.
Well,
right?
it's
Might
Uh,
just
kind of like Arcana, which won adaptation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen Arcana, I highly recommend it. It was phenomenal.
So much to
I
watch.
watched it.
Not enough
I
time.
watched it.
Yeah.
My fiance and I watched it in one day. I kid you not. We sat down at like 10
Wait.
o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
Oh, okay.
We
It's
started
like,
watching
holy
it.
crap. 10 o'clock at
Like
night.
no, in the morning. We got up and did things throughout the day while we watched it. But yeah, we were able to watch it in one day.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
didn't
not
just
like we
mulch onto
sat
the
there for like
couch.
12 hours. Like,
Yeah.
like, we were complete slobs. Like we actually we did
Yeah,
things in
we
between.
actually
did.
have a
We did
life.
things.
Like, you have to understand. We do live.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I hear the Cyberpunk show is pretty good too. Like,
I've wanted to see
Yeah,
that, but yeah, I've heard
surprisingly.
that
it
as well.
is. I
You've
don't
seen
know. I
it?
mean,
No, I want
Um,
to see it.
been watching it today. Actually, started watching it
Oh, yeah?
today. It's a bit edgy.
Mm.
No
Oh.
no pun intended because it's called Edge Runners, but like it's just like I just
Yeah.
know I don't know. I just know you, Kyle. I don't know if Sis will like it all that much.
Yeah.
That's
There's
gonna be a solo watch.
Yeah, it might be a solo watch. Let me ask you this. Do you want to play the game more after watching it or less or neutral?
I actually kind of want to play the game more now that I've seen Edge Runners. Not gonna lie to you.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably
I've
doing
actually
its
heard
job.
Has
that
me
from
interested into the
someone
game.
else.
Has me
Yeah.
interested in the game. Like, oh, if this is the universe we're living in, and like this is like the lore behind it all, it's pretty cool. And I
Yeah.
always thought the game was gonna be great. It's just the execution was so poor, and then when they
Mhm,
finally fixed it
mhm.
and
Yeah.
refined it, it's like you already kicked me in the mouth. I don't want to play the game anymore.
hmm
Yeah,
So
see, I got it after it had been all fixed and stuff. And I'll kid you not, there's still glitches in there that are
Oh yeah.
none of them are game breaking, but they're still there.
They're
Like,
gonna be in there forever. It's too big a
yeah,
game. There's no
Yeah.
way.
it's in the code, man. It's in the code.
There
but
there
no,
is some
I have
DLC coming out for it, so maybe that'll help.
yeah,
with Idris
I
Elba.
I have
Oh
heard
yeah.
that, and I also have heard some other people saying what you were saying, Chris. That, like, they watched it and they were like, I got to go back and play this now. So
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. I played the game and I beat the game.
I didn't know that.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah, but I got it way late, so I didn't really want to bring it up because it was kind of like,
A pariah game. Like no
yeah,
Dude,
one
I'm
talks
playing
about it.
and
I'm
it's
playing
been
yeah.
it had been out for like almost a year by now.
Yeah, but
Since
I'm
I
just
started.
starting LA Noire, all right?
Oh,
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's a
working on
PS3
Divinity as
game.
well, so
But guess what console I'm playing it on, Chris? LA Noire. Guess what your favorite?
Your PS Vita.
Oh gosh, I wish. Oh, that'd be a dream. No,
no,
it's the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Running like a
Yep.
dream.
When Kyle starts
Yep.
talking
All
like
42
that,
frames.
well,
All 42 frames.
speaking of the Switch,
when Kyle
we can
starts
move on
talking like
to
that, you know it's the Switch. Like,
It's
that
always the
sultry
Switch.
voice.
for
Yeah.
more Splatoon 3 fun. We had our event. We had an event this weekend on the Switch for Splatoon 3, the big run. You remember Salmon Run, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do.
it took over the entire map. Like it was
What?
using the turf war maps and everything
Oh,
for the
that's
Salmon
cool.
Run stuff. Yeah, it was actually really fun. I was doing it for a bit today and a bit some yesterday. So
Yeah.
they had a huge event with
I mean,
with Salmon Run.
just to reiterate why it won Game of the Year, they do so many fun events like that. I saw that you posted that and I didn't play it again. But kudos to the game for all these free events that are pretty just change it up just enough to have fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. I played it a lot with my brother-in-law. We're having a great time with it. He's been really into he's into Salmon Run way more than I am. He's trying to get up to vice president or whatever, like the highest rank.
Really.
He's been pushing it hard.
He does do
And then
that,
I
though.
come in. Yeah, that's just what he does. But I'm the scrub that holds him back. But we were playing for a bit.
I don't need no scrub.
Come on, Sparky. I'll let you join me this match.
It was kind of funny when we play sometimes because he's just like, "Why'd you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know," because it seemed like a good idea. Like, oh well, it wasn't.
Don't
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, I know. I know that now.
That's pretty good.
I can just imagine him turning to you. Do you think at all while you play, or you just play?
Yeah.
I just play games. I don't. This isn't. This is literally a game to me.
Are you having fun? Because I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
No, it's not that bad, but it's
That's
No, I
funny though.
get you. I get you.
I
but
do like this. The matches are quick. Like they're like 2 minutes, right? Like every match. is
not
just-
Salmon Run. Salmon
Oh.
Run could be like 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes.
The
okay.
Turf War is like it's like 3 minutes. It has a timer, yeah, 3 minutes.
Oh,
And
it's
I think
3
all
minutes.
the PvP one, the other PvP ones also do that too. They're about 3 minutes.
Just enough time
Keep
to
it nice and
either
short.
have a lot of fun
Okay,
or
here's
be
my
really
question.
pissed off.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because like that's my question right there. Is that like I feel like you have to have time limits for that, right? Because the only people that are enjoying that game session are the people that are winning, right? So you got to cut it
So,
off eventually.
Yes and no. I will argue that like in Turf War, which is the
Mhm.
main appeal of Splatoon, really the only time frame that matters is like the last 30 seconds. It seems like because you
Yeah,
could be doing
yeah,
really
for the
well
most
for the
part.
entire game, and the last 30 seconds get demolished.
Just
Well,
gets smashed.
unless-
It's just
Unless you fight a team that has all Japanese names, then it's just over from the get go.
it's over from the beginning. It's like, oh well, that's good. I'm glad you guys came across the pond for this.
yeah, thanks for schooling
It's
us.
supposed to be separate. There's
Isn't
a
it
couple
a
people with
school day
Japanese
event?
names that I swear they're not real names because they're like really
Yeah.
long. And I don't know a lot about the the Japanese alphabet and things like that, but it starts to feel like I think you're just throwing symbols together at this point. I don't know if you know what that means. Yeah, it's like,
Intimidation factor.
I feel like there's
It works
something
on
fishy
me.
here.
I always like, oh, this is it. It's
This
over.
is where I die.
Just logs
There's
off.
There's been a couple of funny people I've seen. Like I saw somebody named Bob Ross who was playing, which I thought was hilarious. He was great too. But he had the afro and everything, and he was running around with a paintbrush.
That's clever.
He did
I can't-
great,
yeah,
and I was
I
like,
can't
"That's a clever
believe-
name." I don't care that you kicked my butt because you
I
did.
love
A little
that.
tiny tree. A little tiny tree.
I love that Bob Ross is just an entity in the ether of our minds now.
Of
Um,
course.
Lives rent
but-
free.
Splatoon is great because you don't have to focus on combat. You could be someone that just wants to
Just paint.
You just paint
Yeah.
the world and run. You just run away if someone starts shooting you. You're like, nope, I'm gonna go paint. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. So it's very clever.
Yeah, for sure. But enough about Splatoon 3 again because I keep bringing it up.
Every cast.
Every cast. I mean, it is kind of a hot topic, and now that it's run a
Yep, you got
won
it.
a war. I am done. I can't speak. Eric,
One
it's on you
on a
now.
wall.
What was your topic? I'll come back when my tongue comes back to normal.
So we started a my favorite kind of series, if you will, of video games where we just name one game and a runner up, if you want, about my favorite game in the different genres. And Chris was on the last episode we did, which was a few episodes ago when we did this, and he picked survival games. So since he's back, we're gonna talk about my favorite or our favorite survival games, and then we'll pick
And
a new
just-
category.
And just so you have no pressure, Chris, we've been
None felt.
saving this
Yeah.
until you
me?
come back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this better be good.
Yeah, you better pick a good one and like give us a detailed.
Jeez, I walk away and you
Account.
start freaking shaming
No
the
pressure.
guest. What is going on here?
Okay, Alan, walk
Go
away.
for these moments.
Just walk away.
Several page essay should be submitted as to why this is your favorite.
Oh, a dissertation? Oh, man. All right. Got you.
This is
I'm on
the quality podcast we run here now.
Yeah, this is
Since you've been
This is
gone
what you-
for
this is-
2 or
this
3
is what you
weeks.
pay for. This is what all
Whatever.
these people pay for. Like so
Which, if you're paying for this, I'm sorry, you got scammed.
you got you might need a refund.
On that note, I'll go. I'll start. 'Cause
Yes.
I think I want to save Chris's for last because
All right.
There's
Yeah,
some
because he
pressure
probably has the
there
best
now.
one.
None.
We kind of threw in survival horror games as well, just to encompass a few more games because a couple of us haven't played that many. And so my runner-up is Resident Evil, just the original game. It's a great survival game. Just always that suspense feeling is really good. But my favorite survival game that I've played with Chris has to be Grounded, which technically, like we said earlier, came out this year, got out of beta, and it's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the video game, if I was to really summarize it. And like you said earlier, Chris, it was just playing with you guys that made it so much fun. And I tried playing on my own and creating my own environment or my own backyard. But
Not
after I went
nearly
to
as fun.
yeah, well, especially since I went to your guys's, you had multi-level pagodas being built on the water, and it was like, well, I don't even know where to begin. It's like I just want to go back to their world, but still, it's a fantastic survival game. Really,
I had a question
smart.
about Grounded, and now you're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Is it cross-platform?
No, I don't believe so. And if it is,
sad.
It's very well. They've changed it a lot. There's even a part to where I can give permission. You can give permission to your friends to play in your world when I'm not around. So the idea of you wanting to be in the world, Kyle, without me being around, I can share that permission, and you can log in whenever you want without me having to touch the game. So they've changed it to where you can share.
Oh, that's cool.
According to Google, it does say it's fully supports crossplay between Xbox and PC.
So, I was going to say, if it's going to be anything, it would be PC. Because
that's what I meant. Because I actually got a laptop now, and this is a game that you guys have spoken up a lot, and it piques my interest. So maybe I'm gonna have to check it out. But anyways,
so it's there. It's great. They finished the story finally, and it's not the game you think it is. Right when you start digging into the story and figuring out what's going on, it's not the game you think it is, which makes it so much better in the long run.
That's cool. I will probably not probably. I need to get back in there and see that for myself.
Yeah, that's another thing that the girlfriend's been talking about too, is trying to finishing it out, because we spent so much time when it was in the early beta and
you did
the years that we put onto it that you can't come this far not to finish it off. So
I think
we'll have to one day.
I think I spent more time just watching you guys play rather than playing myself, which says a lot about the game, right? Like if I'm willing to just watch it more. Anyways, that's my favorite survival game. I'll pass it over to Tomas.
All right. So I don't do a lot of survival games. There are some that I've wanted to do in looking at this list, like Ark and there's No Man's Sky.
That one does look. That one's always intrigued me. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it's one of those games I wanted to get for a while now.
But since we're stepping into the horror genre, I actually do have a couple survivalish horror games that I have played. One of the ones that's on here, and I agree by far, it's one of the best ones I've ever played, is Dead Space. I loved me some Dead Space, and in fact, I'm really excited to get Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, aren't they remaking Dead Space?
Yeah, and then they're gonna remake it too, and I'm debating getting it. I'm gonna play Callisto Protocol because I played Dead Space when I was like late teens, early 20s. I don't know if
I can't play.
My middle-aged stomach can take it.
Yeah, I can't play those games. That game is wild.
Yeah.
But and then another one I saw in here was Days Gone. I have played that one. I wouldn't say I was blown away by it. I enjoyed it. I played it all the way through, but
zombie survival.
Yeah, and then the other one, I beat it, but I wouldn't say it was like amazing. Like it was entertaining.
I couldn't get through it.
But probably the main one that I played that I liked, although I don't know why. I liked the first one a lot, but I haven't really wanted to pick up the second one, is The Last of Us.
You still haven't played the second one?
but I haven't played the second one. I really liked the first one.
You
I
got it.
enjoyed
No,
it,
you have to have it tainted like the rest of us.
I haven't really. Yeah, I think I've heard some bad reviews about it and stuff.
It's-
and so I was
I
just
mean,
kind of.
It's fine. It's definitely. It's not what you think it is. Kind of like what Chris was saying about Grounded, but I don't know. You have to do it. It's canon.
Well, maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. I still. It seems like every time I think about getting it, it's like there's always another game that I'm like, I want
know.
that.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. You have to suffer through that story.
I have to suffer through it.
It's just tough, man. It's a story. Like you don't. It's not where you make the choices. You're just watching this character make the choices. You're like, I don't agree with any of this.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I've had that happen where you're sitting in the seat of the character. It's like I don't think we should be doing this. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, that means to stop you.
Like this person is clearly on some kind of drugs or infected by some kind of virus.
You just stop playing the game, and then you just kind of, and then everything went fine because we did a different plan.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
We're back to our normal lives. Everyone survived.
Anyways, but what's yours, Alan?
I have a couple, and I was gonna. I didn't want to. I hope I don't step on Chris's toes since he's going last. But I haven't heard him talk about some of these, so I don't know. I definitely want to jump in and just say Minecraft number one because that's
I
love Minecraft.
Yeah,
it's a survival game.
Oh yeah, 100% survival game.
Yeah, it's a huge survival game. I love that game.
I just like building tunnels.
The students.
I always find myself.
What's up? At the middle school, the middle schoolers play it like every day. I catch them playing.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow they get it on the Chromebook, and I'm like, I'm not even mad. I don't know how you did it.
It was an educational version.
What is with that? Okay, my laptop came with it. I haven't looked at it yet. It came with the educational version, and I was like, "What is this?"
It's the same game.
It's the same game.
I think. Well, I think it's like a base game.
Because I do own Minecraft, so I could just I could get it I could download it. But I just
the thing with that one is it doesn't pop up. So there's an app where the teacher can see what each student is looking at on their Chromebook, just to keep track of what they're doing. And that game doesn't pop up when it's on. I learned.
Does it pop up on Go Guardian? Really?
It does not.
Because it's educational.
Or those students found a way to block it. And
is it because it's educational? It's like, oh well, you don't need this.
Yeah, no, he's doing his work. No, it doesn't. It doesn't pop up though. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
And I have a friend who is always getting me to dip my toes in a lot of different survival games. And the two that really stick out to me that I really enjoyed were Don't Starve, which I thought was amazing. It's like a Tim Burton almost esque style, for Christmas style art style.
Play it, and I said no.
I know I did because I was enjoying it, and I was like, I want somebody who's not. Because my friend is like he's the type of person to get really into stuff, and he always like learns all the intricacy stuff, and he always knows exactly what to do. So I always try to find other people that don't know everything, and so we can kind of like learn it together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Fred. You tried to have a fun experience with me, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, I understand Alan's feeling though, because especially Alan knows the guy. We have a friend Brian who we play with sometimes, and he's a great guy to play with. He's fun. It's not like he's a bad player or anything, but he can just kind of start running off, and you're like, but wait, what's happening over here? No, we should no.
That's not important.
Yeah, I was like, just come with me.
Do you want the stats or not? Yeah.
It's like, no, I want to wander around and study and enjoy and have experiences.
And the last one I want to bring up is that I really liked the most recent survival game I played was The Forest. I really liked that one. I was really enjoying that one. That's like
a more hardcore.
What is that one about, Alan? Because I've seen some pictures.
And I could be wrong with survival, but it's kind of got a horror aspect to it. Essentially, at night, you're always being attacked by cannibals if you don't have a good camp.
You
so
played
traveling
this
at
game?
night's also scary. Yeah, I played it. Yes, it was
Good for you.
really fun, and it was very scary.
Yeah, because
But
you don't do those games often. I
I
feel like.
don't usually.
Yeah.
But my friend got me into it, and I started getting it, and I really wanted to get to the end because the whole concept is you're a father who like is trying to find your son,
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh,
but
no, I
most
can't.
people don't even
I'm
like.
out.
My friend who I was talking to is like, I've never even tried to find him. I just kind of just keep doing
I've
my
never
thing. He's like,
tried to
oh, he's
That's
just
cool.
out there somewhere, and you're just making your base. All right,
Dude, and you
If he's
live
meant to
in the
survive,
woods.
he's meant to survive.
You live up in the mountains. You live in the forest.
I
How do
do,
you-
but I'm not gonna go out and live in nothing. I'm not. I have
You
a
don't-
house.
You don't go fight the cannibals, is what you're telling me.
I don't go. I hope there's not cannibals out there. I haven't seen any cannibals.
Not yet. No.
But those are the ones I was thinking about that I've played quite a bit of.
I'm
I think
looking up.
Forest is the one I remember having the most fun with, but Minecraft I've played a lot and had a lot of fun many different times with, and
Yeah,
don't
there's
start
looking
feeling
at
it
it.
too.
To the Force, there should be another one coming out.
Oh, really?
Like
They're
a
doing another
sequel.
one?
I think it's
Are they?
called Sons of the Force, I think, or something like that. So there should be another one coming. So
There's-
if you really wanted to stick with it, finish that one out because there's a new one coming to.
Yeah, we didn't get to the end of it. I was like really trying to push us to get to the end of it, but I just never. Yeah, I see it over here, but
Yeah,
I
some of
never
that-
finished it.
That's the hard part in survival. Sometimes you log in and you have your own dailies, like you're living your own life. So you just kind of
Mhm.
get sidetracked to wanting to
Mm.
build and be more self-efficient, or not self-efficient, but like independent of the game. Like I'm truly surviving here. I don't need anything. Everything comes to me. Like I have mastered the lands.
Yeah.
What did you play that one on, Alan? The Forest.
Forest, I actually played that one on PS4.
Oh. Okay.
I think I've played all of these. Minecraft I've played on like every system at some point.
Sure. Your
Uh,
phone.
I think I have played it on my phone before. I don't know if at one point I remember grabbing it as something to do when I'm just doing nothing. Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
anyways,
Good
all right. So
choices.
yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
I like to think so.
Those are all solid games. I played them all, and those are great selections. I like that. No Man's Sky is a phenomenal game. It's getting bigger and better. The idea that you can travel the universe and essentially go on forever is a crazy concept that they
Yeah.
perfected, and it keeps getting better and better.
I remember when that
Um,
first came out, I really wanted it, and then a friend of mine got it. I feel like it was Justin, or maybe it was one of Justin's friends got it, and they were just like, "It's empty."
Yeah.
Yeah, it
At
was.
the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh.
it definitely was. It was. They were overambitious, where they were like, "You can go in one direction literally forever and never see the same thing again." It's like, well, it's space. There's nothing
Yeah.
in space, and they're like, "We should probably condense this and actually put things
Yeah.
in space."
We weren't wrong, but
right, like this is space. Like this is truly what would happen. You'd go out there and you'd find nothing
Yeah.
for a very, very long time. It's like, but it's too realistic. We want
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah, there has to be
Exactly.
something. I paid for this.
Yeah.
But for me, my favorite, that's a tough one because I don't have truly a favorite. But the games that I'm playing now that are survival, there's one that's called Core Keeper. It's kind of like a Stardew Valley. I guess you could say like Zelda-ish type game, top down,
Really?
very, very two.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a 2D
Old school
kind of
Zelda.
thing. It's really, it's old school
Oh,
Zelda.
okay.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
really, really fun. Very simple, very easy to pick up, but the fact that it's still a new game and they keep going and they keep building and they keep expanding, and just like that idea that you just want to perfect your home, your base, so that the world comes to you, because there's obviously different types of metals you can collect and make different armors and automation, and it's just so many things that you can do to make your life a little bit easier, to where you're not doing all the manual labor. The world kind of works for you, and that's kind of like my favorite part about any survival game, is that they put in systems that as you get better in the game and you collect more things, that eventually the game works for you, that all the little things you have to do, like collecting food or getting water or getting materials, the game does it for you, so you can spend your time kind of exploring rather than resource grinding. where you get that idea that, hey, I'm succeeding here. Like I'm truly surviving in this world. And that to me is like the idea of survival games when I pick them up.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, for
It
sure.
does look good. I
one
like the
game,
art style.
yeah, and that one's a good one too because you can play up to I think 6 or 8 people in one world.
Hmm,
So you can really
that's
get
cool.
after it with some people, and then your character's saved. So no matter what world you drop in, you can still play your same character with that progress and what they're holding and stuff. So it kind of doesn't feel like you have that FOMO. You're not missing out if you wanted to go play with other people. You can still progress with that character. And every leveling and all the leveling you do is by doing stuff. So as you're mining, your level will go up. As you're walking around, you level up. As you fight, so it's just you level up as you do.
Hmm.
So that's really, really fun. So no, you feel like you have no wasted movement, right?
Yeah.
Literally,
Hmm.
even running around the map levels up your movement. Like so, even walking levels you up. Fishing, gardening,
Nice.
the whole nine. Yeah. So no wasted movement, so to speak. Another game that slipped in there that I'm surprised no one mentioned was the Raft. Raft is a really good game.
I've
It's an
never heard of
awesome
that one.
for. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's a beautifully written game. Very, very tough to start off, but it's one of those games what, like I said, if you get rolling and the world starts working for you, you feel unstoppable and you
Mm.
truly feel like you're thriving. But the story is so beautifully written. The world is fantastic. The boss fights are fantastic. Discovering the world and the lore and how everything came to be is also fantastic. It's a really good game. The art style's cool. Um,
You fighting
like
sharks in this?
there's one shark that continuously likes to bother you, but there, I
Oh,
mean, again, yeah.
that's
But if you're on your raft, you're
that's
safe, right?
that's
You
cool.
can take him out, but he responds stuff like that. But it's not necessarily that you're on a raft, right? You start off
Right.
on a 4x4 raft in the middle of the water. That's literally how the game starts. You just start on a 4x4 raft
Mm.
and you have to collect floating debris to build onto that raft, and eventually you build it into something where it's, like I said, self-sufficient. And the idea that you started off on a 4x4 block in the middle of the water in the ocean to grow to what it is with the farm and animals and all kinds of crazy stuff, it's a very, very great game.
That's
If you
cool.
have a good set of people to play with, I think it's worth the pickup, because it's one of those busy games. There's no downtime, right? So
Mhm.
when you're floating, you're always trying to collect, the piece of wood that's floating by because you need more wood. You're trying to collect the metal that's trying to, you're stopping at islands and you're scavenging the islands for raw materials and plastic, and so it's always something to do. So those are one of those games where you look down and then before you know it's 2 a.m. You're like, holy crap! Like we've been just moving
Yeah.
and grooving and thriving. It's just one of those games that really immerses you. Only thing I think that sucks with it is that if you're pushing story, you can get through it pretty quick. But if you're just trying to just
Mhm.
enjoy the game for what it is, and you can really put some hours into that game for sure. So
I
Raft, look,
I'm guilty of that the first thing you said with a lot of games, just pushing through sometimes because
Mhm.
Yeah.
part of me wants to finish a game so that I have a sense of I got through all of it and I go and then I could give it like a proper rating. But sometimes I miss, like you're saying, like the immersion or just the
Mhm.
so much of the game because I just pushed through it. So
Yeah, I feel you
that's
there.
that's my
Or
temptation.
just wanting to get to the sequel. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now playing Divinity. I'm playing Divinity Original Sin right now, and I just want to play Divinity 2, but I feel like I need to play the first one. So I'm like going through
Oh
it,
yeah, that's tough
and I'm
too.
trying not to rush it, but I really want to play the second one. So I'm like,
That is something that I think God of War Ragnarok did really well. They did like a little quick recap at the beginning of Ragnarok, and so it was like, oh, okay, so that's what's happened. All right, let's move on. Like, so it's nice for that.
One more question on the Raft. Is it available on Switch?
that's actually a really good question. I know they were trying to port it to console. I know it was PC
yeah,
Oh, it's PC.
specifically.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I was
I know they was talking about them wanting to bring it to console, so I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised.
Yeah, I was looking it up, and it's only on PC right now, but it is moving to consoles. But I don't know if it's going to come to Switch. I saw
yeah,
they're making a PS5 version and an Xbox version, but I don't know about Switch.
And it's
yeah.
from the
Switch
same creators as I can't remember who.
Arc is on Switch. That's surprising. For the raft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Team Axolot. They made another survival game that's really good too. I can't remember what it was.
Well, while you think of it, Tomas, why don't you give us the next genre for my favorite game category?
Oh, the next genre, huh?
Oh, it's all you.
I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm like torn because there's a bit of me that wants to do like action, like Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that. But there's also a really big part of me that just loves my role playing games, and so I think I'm gonna stick with role playing. Best role playing game.
Role playing.
Favorite role playing.
Nice.
Game. Yeah.
All right.
RPG.
Like MMO RPG.
I'm wondering, do you guys want me to get real specific, or you want it to be any RPG? Because I personally say any RPG, the more the merrier.
I created this category, so I love it. So I say the more specific, the better.
Yeah,
right,
we could do MMOs another time.
Yeah, so let's go more
or vice
specific,
versa.
better. So let's do. We could go real specific. Let's do fantasy RPG.
Wow, nice.
Is it first person narrative, right? Is what you want it? That's where you're single player. We could just do single player.
Single player, got it.
Single player fantasy RPG.
Yeah.
So that means all the Tales games are out.
Yeah.
Because those are all co-op.
Everything Sword and Shield by yourself.
It has to be Sword and Shield now. That's very specific.
Yeah, I'll put that down.
Well, I think like sci-fi. I think like sci-fi is your futuristic fantasy. So if you say fantasy, it means Sword and Shield.
Okay.
You just say medieval fantasy.
Yeah, I was thinking more medieval because when you say fantasy, I was thinking more like Phantasy Star Online, like more futuristic type.
All right.
Maybe.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll say medieval then. But yeah, I was thinking like Witcher. God, I know I've played other ones. Witcher.
Some
Fable.
of the Final Fantasies. Some.
Yeah, some of the Final Fantasies are
not all, but some.
Alan, you could do your Yakuza.
Yakuza, yeah.
Could. I mean, is that technically Sword and Shield? I haven't seen
Sword and Shield. What? No, Yakuza is like modern time.
No, yeah, Yakuza is like gangster. Like
do they have old school
Yakuza? In the 80s and the 90s are the two I've played.
Like a samurai RPG. That's Ghost of Tsushima.
They do have a samurai Yakuza game coming out. I think February next year. It's supposed to be like the ancestor. Yeah, that's what you should look into. I can't remember what it's called right this second. But it's coming out next year in February. I'm looking into getting it or playing it because it looks like it'll be interesting. It's supposed to be like their ancestors. They're using a lot of the same assets from Yakuza 0. So it's going to be interesting.
Like a dragon Ishin.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Like a dragon.
That's cool.
It looks interesting, for sure.
Chris,
but
did you find that what the company
Scrap
made?
Mechanic? Yeah, it's called Scrap Mechanic.
Scrap Mechanic.
Physics-based survival game where you're literally building cars and vehicles using physics.
Cool.
They have different kind of motors and gas-powered, electric-powered, jet engines, pistons and levers, bearings. Again, all physics-based kind of things.
Isn't that wild how they can develop a game to involve physics so well?
It's pretty nuts. Like when you go into like Minecraft and you start going to the crazy stuff too. Like there's people that have made Minecraft in Minecraft. Like you can play Minecraft in Minecraft.
Well, there's
with
Minecraft
weird assets and stuff. Yeah, it's just really bizarre.
There's a whole bunch of like different game genres in Minecraft too. Like I just saw one recently for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, there's people have made like MMOs and crap in the engine and stuff like that. People have done a lot of really cool creative things with it.
Heavily modded. Yeah, heavily modded game.
You guys gonna see that movie?
Which one?
Minecraft?
Oh, the new water one. Book
is it out?
Or whatever.
Oh no, that comes out.
The James Cameron one, Blue People movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was out, or at least it's coming out soon.
It's
I know.
coming
It's
out this
coming
week.
out soon. I don't
It's
think
this
it's out
week.
yet.
I just looked it up.
Oh, it's this week?
It's only
Okay.
guys, 3 hours,
Space
10
Pocahontas.
minutes.
It's only
Three-
3 hours?
3 hours, 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. That
Space
doesn't sound bad at all.
Pocahontas. Let's
The
get
way
it.
the
Yeah,
way I
Spec Pose
drink,
Part 2.
the
Like,
way
I won't lie. I saw the first Pandora like 3,
Pandora,
I think 4 times. Whatever it was called.
Avatar.
Avatar. Yeah.
I didn't remember what happened to that movie until I took my son to the orthodontist and somebody put it on the TV and I was like watching. I was like, "What is?" I don't remember any of
Yeah.
this.
I watched it like 3 or 4 times. I shit you not, I watched it like 3 or 4 times, and then I think it was someone invited me to see it like for a 5th time or something because they were like, "Yeah, you must have really liked it because you've seen it like 3 or 4 times," and I literally told the person, I said, "I can't watch it again. I'm done." Like
You can watch it twice. Yeah.
It captivated
Like-
people when it came out. It was like
Yeah,
a
it
weird
really-
thing that it took over people.
I found it visually impressive the first couple times, but after that, like people were like, "Let's go see this. This is so great." I was just kind of like, "It's cool and all, but
I
we're
watched
starting to
it.
get-"
I watched it in the worst
Yeah.
way possible, so I hate that movie.
Oh,
I
on a
think about
plane?
I guess not that bad, but slight step up. Did you watch it on a plane?
No, but I have seen some movies on a plane, man, and I've been like, well, I'm going home and renting that movie because I didn't hear a word that happened through that whole flight.
I don't get why anyone likes this movie. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It looked great, but I couldn't
right.
comprehend a single scene.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to talk about Avatar next year. We are going to do next year. Well, this is our last episode for this year, and we will be meeting again at the beginning of next year. I'm not sure on the date yet. We're going to get through the holidays, but so it sounds like this episode probably will be a little longer, depending on what this does. But we have another duel of rates we were going to do today to wrap up our episode. So if we're ready for that, we can keep going. You got theme going.
Okay.
There it is. All right, that was the theme song. Oh, okay, we got a acapella group going on. All right.
I'm done.
All right, we've gotten copyright strikes for things in the past. I don't think this will get it, but anyway.
Thank you, Chris.
We're gonna
Oh,
get a letter.
God,
We're
that
gonna
would
get
be
a letter
crazy.
from Disney. We're gonna get a letter
Oh,
from
we could-
Disney.
Well, I've gotten
DMCA?
copyright strikes from WB and something else
have?
on our videos. Yes, we've had them before because I was
Really?
putting trailers like in the background
Oh.
muted.
Oh.
They were muted.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I started getting strikes. Well, they weren't
did
real
they
strikes.
find
They were
us?
like warnings.
How'd they
I don't
find
know.
us?
I don't know, but we got warnings. They were like, "This
Oh,
is not a
gosh.
real strike, but we're just like warning you
We're
that
We
you
see
need to
you.
not do that again."
Yeah.
Like, all right.
If you were making money, we would care. But since you're
We
not
haven't-
making
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
we're not doing anything about it.
Exactly.
We haven't.
Exactly.
We haven't said a
We
lot
have,
of good
we have
things.
nothing to sue you for. We have nothing to sue you for, so it's fine. But we're watching you. As soon as you make a penny, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a sponsor.
Anyway,
It's over.
That first dollar, ours.
all right. So for those that don't know what dual rates is or don't remember from the past, it is a game we've played where we use the Metacritic score. I will name a movie. We're going to be doing Christmas movies. I name a movie
Yay.
and I'll give all three of them a chance to try to guess the audience score. I will say the critic score, and they have to try to guess the score without going over. And the person who's the closest to it gets the point. So
We're guessing the audience score, right? That's what you said.
we're guessing the audience score, yes, not
Got
the
it.
critic
score is
score,
out of-
the audience
It's out
score.
of what? What's it out of?
The score
100?
it's a 1 to 10, but there's decimal, so basically 1 out of 100,
Oh, yeah.
essentially.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So and you also get double points if you get the exact score. So I'll leave that out there right now.
Which have we ever done that? I can't even remember if we've.
I
been
think
able-
somebody's gotten
I
double
feel
points
like
before.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a couple times someone's landed.
Okay, it's definitely not
For
me
instance,
then.
it's like a 7.2 is like we're talking about, like stuff like that.
Yeah, 7.2
Yeah.
or 82. I count them as the same. So
Okay, heard. Gotcha. Yeah.
as long as you
Yeah.
as long as you have
We-
both of them, I won't
you know,
worry about the
we-
decimal.
We used to have a rating system on this cast,
But that's-
and
it's just
it's
a
a
nightmare.
it's a point of contention. So
It really
just-
is. It
yeah.
starts becoming an issue.
so we
Yeah,
just
the
play a
fact
game.
the fact that Kyle brought it up should show you where the point of contention is.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
FYI,
yeah.
Chris.
Well, I'll
Well,
admit it.
fortunately, they do have a decimal system here. We have 100.
Ugh.
So instead of I know
That's
Kyle did not
absurd.
want any middle grounds. He was like, it has to be a solid number.
You got to make a choice in your life once in a while, okay? And anyway,
It's too
so
important for these choices. But let's get started here. We're going to start with Chris. He gets to go first, and then it'll be Kyle, then Tomas. That'll be the first one, and I usually rotate. So Chris will be the first one, and then the next one, Kyle will be the first one to do it. So that way, you don't always get to copy or to see how well they do first.
Mhm.
Right.
We have a chance to got it.
Yeah. Don't Google it. It's on our system. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, definitely.
for instance. All right. So the first one we're going to do is one of the newest movies we actually talked about last time, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Oh, you would,
So it's already got Metacritic on it,
of course.
of course. So it's ready to go. Chris, you'll be going first. The critic score is 82. This is the critic score.
Really? On a Christmas special on a Marvel?
Yeah,
film?
the Guardians of the
heard of
Galaxy
this?
Holiday Special. Have
Were
you
they
heard of
talking-
this?
No,
It just
yes,
came
I've
out.
heard of
Yeah,
it.
the November 25th, apparently.
Oh gosh.
It's like a 45-minute Christmas or holiday special. whatever
Yeah,
you wanna
it's.
call it.
I enjoyed it. That was really fun.
82.
Yeah.
9. Oh gosh, it can't be that high. I'm going 87.
Okay. I'm next,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, 87. Yes, Kyle, you're next. The critic score is 82.
It's the user score is 7.6. 7.6.
7.6.
Yeah,
All right,
7.6.
7.6. All right, Tomas, you've
Lock
heard
it
him.
in.
The critic score is 82.
People freaking love this movie. It's 90s.
Ooh,
90.
90s.
90 on
Yeah.
the money. Oh, he's
All right. Well, good luck. Good job, everybody. But unfortunately, because due to the rules, you both, Tomas and Chris, you both went over.
Knew it.
Kyle, with the 76, you were the closest. The user score is 81 or 8.1.
Oh,
81.
The
Almost
user
on-
score.
on par.
That's right.
With
That's
the
right.
critic
Kyle
score.
gets 1 or 2 right at the beginning, but he's never half.
This is true. However, you're not wrong, but I am a Christmas movie connoisseur, so I'm just letting you guys
Oh,
know.
there we go.
It is
It's
true.
a
I'm a
marathon,
little
not a
scared
sprint.
about this.
Okay,
but-
relax.
All right, connoisseur Kyle, you're the first one in this one.
Oh gosh.
We have the wonderful movie from 1994 who just got a TV show that came out recently. I don't know if you guys remember The Santa Claus with Tim
yes.
Allen.
Yes.
The critic score is 57.
So this is the original one, not number 3 with
This is
Jack
the
Frost,
original
right?
one. Yeah,
Okay.
this is the original one from 1994 with Tim
Just
Allen.
wanted to flex a little bit on
See,
my
yeah, I
Santa
was gonna
Claus
say, see how you
knowledge.
threw out some stats? Yeah, right. Subtle flex. Oh, this is the original, right?
What was? I didn't even hear what you said at the critic score.
the critic score was 57. 57.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, I know. It feels weird, huh?
It seems a little low because they made several sequels. So the user score was 72. 72.
7.2?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Tomas. Santa Claus,
All right.
57.
Oh man.
Yeah, those
Wow, that
those
was-
scores throw you
that was
off.
Yeah, Kyle, that was a good place to sit too, right there in that 70s, man. All right. I mean, I honestly think Kyle's probably right, but just hoping to grab a steal here, I'm gonna go with 60.
Oh,
60.
going low.
All right.
Oh,
We got
okay, I
60.
see.
Low balling
Very
it.
good,
Okay,
yeah.
Chris, you're the last one this time. You've heard what they come up with. The critic score is 57.
Well, for you to say there's multiple movies and now an adaptation, it had to be somewhere in the 80s. So I'm gonna say 81.
81.
Nice.
You can't
Alright.
keep making. You can't keep making more stuff if people don't like it.
Yeah.
That was a good deduction. That was a good deduction right there. Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see.
Okay.
see.
Well, Chris, you're a little over. It was at 74. And Kyle, you get another point.
That's right. That's right, baby.
Wait, what did Kyle say?
7-2.
He said 72, so it was close enough. Yep.
Yeah.
Almost on the money there.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was actually
mistaken.
2 off. Not bad at all.
Hey, almost only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades. But
all right.
Tomas, you're up to bat first this time.
all right. Yeah, here we go.
We have a wonderful film that, love it or hate it, it seems like most people seem to love it. At least the people I know. I don't know. Everybody seems to love this movie. The Ron Howard, How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I won't say anything.
I was going to do the animated one, but I haven't even seen that, so I
terrible.
was just like so I stayed away from it.
It's so awkward.
But surprisingly, the critics didn't seem to enjoy it very much with a 46. I got a critic score of 46.
What?
It's an average
Worse than
score.
Santa Claus?
Whatever.
Worse than the
Again, that's surprising.
Yeah.
critic scores.
Man, that movie was phenomenal. It was such
No, I'm
it was
definitely saying 75. Like,
75.
yeah.
You would.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna
Man,
sit
that was so
comfortable.
shocked. He's like, no way was that bad. 75. It's like, you were right in the middle.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna sit comfortable. I ain't stupid.
All right.
So much
right.
passion to backpedal.
We're going to step this back a bit. Okay.
I can critique while I drive. All right, I can.
All right, Chris. You heard his rating. The critic score is 46.
Golly.
So the other ones, no, the last one was off by like 30 points. They were way off.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
The movie was so good though.
Was
it?
I'm gonna believe in Jim Carrey. I'm believing in my guy, and I'm telling you, he brought in a smooth 78.
Oh,
Brought in a
just
78.
dang. I like the play just above.
Nice.
just trying to
Nice cut
snatch
there.
what he's trying to do. He's just trying to take it away.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you've heard their answers. The critics put it
yeah.
46. What are you thinking?
Let me just tell you that maybe I'm the first person you know that does not enjoy that movie. It's too long. It's too long of a movie. There's some good parts, but like when you get three quarters of the way through the movie, you're like, can we just end this? I am done watching this gross creature do whatever he's doing. So I'm gonna go low, and I'm gonna say 61.
Have you ever seen Jim Carrey do the Grinch face without the makeup on? It's actually pretty
no.
crazy.
It's
He has a pretty
creepy,
flexible
yeah.
face.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
spot
I
on.
was, I don't know how Kyle. I don't know how you're doing this, man. I think you're cheating here.
I gave you guys a
Says
warning.
6.5 or
Oh,
65
my
was the
Uh-huh.
audience score.
You guys can't see
for
me,
this
but
film.
I got some finger guns going on right now, just shooting
You know when
nothing.
he
That's
said
3
it,
for
when he
Kyle.
said
It's
it
all
was
right. I
go
don't-
long. I was like, you know what? It was a long movie for no reason. Like it was extremely long for no.
How
When
It
you
is-
said that, I'm like, oh, you're right.
I agree,
It's so
especially when you
long.
watch the original animated movie. It's like
Yeah.
freaking what, 20
Yeah.
minutes or something?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
not that long.
It's
at most
just
30.
enough to be like, this is fun.
Yeah.
You're,
for
as soon as
sure.
you said
I'll
that,
tell you
I was
guys-
like, crap, you're right. It's a stupid long movie.
I watch these movies whether I like them or not every year. So
All right. Well, I think this is a great Christmas film, and I actually was going to watch it recently because it's a wonderful film, and I don't. But the 1992 Batman Returns, I think it's a great Christmas movie.
okay. This
And
is
so I'm throwing this one on there to mix it up a little bit.
curveball. This is a curveball for sure.
All right. I think it was Tomas last time. So, Chris, you get to go first.
You're stressing me out.
Batman Returns,
Take my
1992.
Batman away from me?
I
You
took
gotta-
the Batman away from
Oh.
you. Yeah, I saw it on the list too, and I was like, "Oh, well, that happened."
Yeah. You gotta go.
You purposely moved those around, didn't you? You were like, "Oh,
Tomas,
we're gonna just put this down here."
You want to go
What?
last because you're gonna.
Yeah, it's
then
true. You
to
get
hear
to see what everybody goes with.
Yeah, and then you could just go one step above or below.
All right, the critics score for this one This was not a very liked movie. I feel like when it came out, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's got a 68 for the critic score. I feel like
can't
it deserves
believe
more
it.
than that. That seems
Yeah.
low. That's
All
just
of
me.
these are surprising.
Yeah. Well, 68
don't
critic
know anything.
score.
You don't know much of anything.
Yeah, they really don't.
Far too often they are off the mark.
Seriously.
You said what? 6'8"?
68. Yeah, 68.
Yeah.
Or 68.
You remember Danny DeVito?
Yeah, it's a penguin. Very creepy.
Yeah, he was actually he was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
weird.
big problem with the Happy Meal toys because of with this movie. It was too dark.
I didn't know that.
That's 6'8". I feel like they did a pretty good job on that because that movie was kind of like you said, it was a little dark. That's a very good way to put it. That's the only reason I can remember that. That's why you're like, it was a Christmas movie. I'm like, fuck,
It
it's a
is.
Halloween movie. God.
It really is. Yeah, there's a lot of
freaking
Christmas
Halloween
imagery.
movie. Yeah, I'm like,
I think
huh?
someone explodes on like a present, like a giant present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this is Christmas. It's like saying Die Hard's Christmas movie, which it is, by the way, but still.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Gosh.
technically.
I feel like I'm gonna say 68. I feel like they did a pretty good job on that one because it hits the mark as a Christmas. I don't know.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for you to even say it was a Christmas movie makes me shake my head a little bit. I'm like, I don't know if I would call it that.
I feel like it's a Christmas movie, but it did come out on June 19th. So I mean, technically not around Christmas time.
It's a Christmas
in July, man. Yeah, I mean,
There you go,
it is.
yeah.
It would be. I'm fair and I respect that it's called a Christmas movie, but the
It is a
Christmas
curveball.
imagery plus with how, like you said, how dark the movie was for what it's worth and what they were trying to put out there. Yeah. No, 60.
Locking in?
No, I'm locking in final answer 70. 78 because it's Batman. Batman just carries shit.
Okay.
Batman carries stuff for no reason because it's Batman, man.
Yeah.
It's Batman. Yeah.
You give 10
Michael
points just
Keaton
for
too.
Batman,
Yeah.
Last performance of Michael Keaton, except for this background movie I didn't see.
Yeah.
All right. So Kyle, you're up next. The critic score is 68.
This is definitely a fan favorite. And again, it is. I did not see you throwing this in the mix. Just why you are the master of the duel of rates. But I'm going to go even higher because it is Batman, 85.
85. Okay. All right, Tomas. Now you see what everybody else says. It's the critic score is 68.
So I did really like this one. I liked the first one better, but I did really like this one. I feel like though I remember there being a lot of stuff about how people didn't like this one. I feel like there was a lot of stuff that went against it. And I feel like it's part of the reason that they went with a whole new director and stuff for the next ones. So I'm gonna say that it was in the 50s. Like I'll just go with an even 50.
Wow.
Oh wow. Really low.
Yeah, Price is Right.
All right. Well,
$1,
Chris, looks like you got a point there,
No.
as the critic's score was 82, right below Kyle's mark.
I thought I remembered hearing a lot of bad stuff about this, but yeah, I guess
there was a lot of bad stuff about it when it came out.
I really liked it, but yeah,
this is the user score though. This is a fan favorite.
Just Batman.
Yeah.
Batman be doing Batman things for whatever reason.
Yeah, well played. Well played.
Yeah.
All right. This is a favorite of my personal family. We love this movie, and it always ends up on the TV at some point. Scrooged from 1988 with Bill Murray. Surprisingly, the critic's score is 38.
Good God.
And your first, Kyle. Yes, I don't. That seems really low because this movie is not that bad.
It's not that bad. You're right. It's not that bad. But I just watched this one last week. And again, like the Grinch, it drags on. Like 3/4 to the way.
Yeah, I
can
see that.
We wrap this up. Every time I get to Ghost of Christmas Present, I'm like, I'm done. Let's just can you fast forward? And it's on kid you not, it happened the other day. It happened last week. I was like, all right, I got through it. And it's really over the top, Bill Murray. It's Bill Murray, but he's over the top. Like the more times I watch him, like he was either drunk or just really went for it, or both.
Oh, I'm sure he was drunk. Yeah.
Probably. But it's still really funny. Has a lot of funny parts, and it's a really cool take on the Christmas Carol story. So, I'm going to say 64, which is what,
64.
almost 30 points above the critics. Yeah.
The critics. All right, Tomas. 38 is the Metascore. I hope you've seen this one.
I know I've seen it at your house, like in the background and stuff. I don't think I've seen it all the way through, but
Yeah, nobody has.
I have many times.
No, I have. It's a really good ending, but yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It is a bit too long. I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
So
But anyways, go ahead, Tomas.
I'm gonna try and grab a little steal here with 68.
68.
You punk.
Oh wow, we're just this is cruel. At this
I
point.
need to get on the
Well,
board.
he
here.
didn't say.
All right,
You know
let's
what?
go.
He didn't say 65. at
It's true.
So
He could have pulled prices right and just gone like one above it.
yeah, that's fine.
$1. All right, Chris. Hey,
5.5, Bob.
68 is the critic score, and you've heard what they've said.
Can I get a Kyle score again one more time, please?
Kyle's score was a 64.
64. Okay, and Tomas was a what?
68.
68. Okay. All right. We're talking about Bill Murray here.
Mm-hmm.
In a Christmas movie.
Have you seen
where
it?
It's supposed to be serious. Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be serious, but they, like you said, they flip it to make it kind of more
Yeah.
whimsical and funny. But you try to do a complete flip of a story. It's a miss.
There's
It
some
can be a
awkward
miss
parts.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's some awkward
Right.
stuff.
Like I was supposed to be serious. Like, oh no, we're really making a slapstick joke. Okay, we're going for it. Let's run with it.
Yeah.
So
it's
I'm gonna
it's
go
a good
with
synopsis.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. It was one of those things where you see Chris Pratt as Mario. Like, why'd you do that? So why'd you put Bill Murray in this position? So I'm gonna say it's a 57. 57.
All right, 57.
Mhm.
Well, it looks like Tomas came in here for the swipe.
Oh,
as it
there
was
you go.
the user score. It is favorable as it is 8.0 or 80.
Get out of here.
So-
What?
That's pretty
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, the audience
No
score
way.
really likes this movie. So
Well
I
played.
had to put myself on the board.
True.
Yeah,
There you go.
So, put
So,
lipstick on a
this is-
pig.
this next one's a fun
God.
one. My son loved this one when it came out, and no way he didn't. He watched it way after it came out. In 2004, it came out.
I'm lying to you.
Yeah, I'm lying to you, but he did enjoy this one. He used to sing the Hot Chocolate song all the time, so he loved it. It was a little bizarre as Tom Hanks was every character just about.
Oh gosh.
The Polar Express.
The
The Polar Express.
Not just any old.
It came
That's that
came with
CG one,
a
right?
yes, a CG one.
Mhm.
It came with a critic score of 61.
What the heck?
No.
61.
That's surprisingly high.
Yeah, it's way too high.
And I think Tomas, you are up first.
Yeah, it's like
Good luck,
With
buddy.
you, yeah, you get to decide with this critic score of 61. What do you think
That-
It's
the
like,
audience score is?
It's like a 46, Bob.
wow,
46.
You went down. Good for
Yeah.
you.
You went really low. Okay.
I don't like that movie.
Yeah, I can tell. That's fine. I understand. I'm not a huge fan of it either. But Chris,
you gotta
you're up
sit
next.
through it every year, Alan. Do you have to watch it
No,
every-
we don't watch it that much anymore. But there was a time where I knew the kids did like it.
You said it was 61.
61 is the critic score.
Yeah, and you're right, man. Freaking. I'm not gonna talk too much. I don't want to give Kyle too much information on what my thought process is right now. You said they said a 61.
61. Yeah, these are
All right,
critics.
the critics. Okay, heard. All right. I'm doing all the
Thinking.
thought process
Yeah,
without saying it
processing,
out
yeah.
loud.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't want Kyle to know. I don't want him to know
It's
where
hard.
I'm getting my logic from.
It's hard for you to not say it. I know.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I got it. So we're gonna do a nice little 79.
79.
79. Yeah,
All
79.
Right, 79.
What did
Okay.
what did Tomas say? What was your score? Tomas?
46. He went really low.
46.
46.
Okay. Yeah. 55.
Pretty low.
55
from
final
Kyle.
answer. Lockeny, and that movie's terrible.
Even quick.
But some
And
people
quick,
love it.
Look at
It's
this.
fine.
In quick and just taking it. Kyle, you get it.
come on.
The user score was 68.
Oh.
So you
went
were
too high, Chris.
above Tomas, and Chris went too high.
68.
So
No.
I thought it was just, man.
It's not
I was feeling like
68.
the kids love that stupid movie. It's been adapted a couple times. It has
Has
its
it
own
really?
little freaking and it has its own like little what's it called?
Cult
Its own
following?
play. Like there's a
Oh,
whole
I didn't know
shebang
that.
with the Polar Express, man. It's like synonymous to
think-
Christmas now.
I don't remember
It's
anything
stupid.
happening in that movie. Like
I
I
don't.
nothing
I have
happens.
watched it. I have watched it, and I cannot tell you the plot. I cannot.
There's a
It's
train.
just about a
Yeah.
kid trying to get a bell to Santa or something. I don't remember. It's
A bell?
it's a
Was
bit
it a
of, it's a
bell?
little
Okay.
bell. Yeah, he's got a bell in
I
his
trust
pocket that
you,
rings.
'cause I don't remember.
I think you can't hear it unless you believe in Santa. I don't remember. It's been a while.
It sounds like you remember pretty
Yeah.
vividly,
Yeah, I don't
sir.
remember.
He knows.
Well,
I don't
it
know,
is my
maybe about a
favorite
bell
film.
and
but
Santa
not
and-
but not quite as favorite as Die Hard from 1988, which I did throw on
Let's go.
here.
and
All
okay.
right. So I'm trying to remember who went first last time. It was Tomas, right?
I
Yeah,
went-
Tomas. So
Yeah.
Chris, you're up. Die Hard.
Yes.
Critic score 72. The critic score was
Oh.
72.
Mm-hmm.
They're an idiot. They're dumb. We're talking about the first one, right?
The first Die Hard, yes.
Yes. The original, the greatest standoff in the skyscraper. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Critics said what? 70 what? 2?
72. 72.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, good action. Decent story. Acting was par, not sub. Yeah.
You mean superb.
Yeah. 70, 76.
76.
That's
Okay,
That's a good
76.
guess.
Yeah, I don't think it got into the 80s because the second one and the third were like okay. Yeah.
All right.
76.
Oh, the
Kyle.
third one. The third one's my favorite.
Mhm.
With the Vengeance with
That's what I'm
Samuel L.
saying.
Jackson. Oh, that one's
They
so
started
good.
kicking.
Oh, I
told
see
you,
what
they
you're saying.
started- Yeah,
Yeah.
see, they started
Yeah.
cooking with gas after a while.
Yeah. Well, yippee ki yay, mother effers. I'm gonna go ahead and said 85 then.
85.
People love this movie. Love
I
it.
think that's the highest.
I do love this movie, so I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, people do love this movie. I'm actually surprised that the critics rated it so well because there were so many problems with this movie. I watched I recommend if you haven't, I watched the Movies That Made Us on Netflix, and they have a whole thing about the Die Hard, the first Die Hard movie. Like, they weren't even going to use Bruce Willis. They had all these other actors in line, and all the other actors turned it down. And someone was like, "Well, what about Bruce Willis?" And everyone was like, "No, he does romantic comedies." So I'm gonna say, man, Kyle is up there in the 80s, taking that from me, just stealing it all the time. Where were you, Chris? Where were you at?
He was a
Can I
76.
disclose? You.
Whoa.
I know
Sorry,
I know
everybody
Tomas'
gets to know
thought
what you
process.
put in your
know.
numbers. All
I
right.
know his thought
70
process. Though. Here it comes. Here it comes.
76.
Here it
Oh
comes.
man. I'm oh gosh.
What? Why are you so
All right,
upset?
I think Chris is right. I think Chris is right. All right, I think Chris is right, but I'm gonna say like 68.
Well, nobody gets a point because obviously this movie has been review bombed or something because that 5.5.
What?
I feel like the
Wow.
Die
I
Hard
didn't
being a
think that
Christmas
well.
special has caused a lot of issues with people or
What?
something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
The
is,
think
user
it's that
sure
low.
is at a 5.5.
They got that mixed up with the Lord of the Rings show.
Wow.
They got the review swapped.
Wow.
All right.
That's what? Like below 10?
Because I ain't gonna lie, I really think Chris was in the park. It's in the 70s. It's definitely not.
I mean, it is now. I don't think people realize how great it was until they saw it later.
You're probably right.
That's why I was like, everyone loves it. It's like, they didn't love it till later. Like in the moment, they didn't see what they had. And they're like, oh, this movie was actually really good.
For sure.
Yeah, it is.
But there's another one that I think is really good that I think a lot of people watch. Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
You guys watch this one?
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to put this one on here because this one's a weird one. It's very controversial in a weird way. I don't know why. Weird. For instance, we have a critic score of 34. 34, which sounds about right, honestly, for a critic score.
Yeah.
I see that.
All right, Kyle. Sounds like I think you're first on this one. So, what do you think?
Just so you guys know, I watched this today. Literally.
Oh my word! What is it with you?
I watch it too, like every year too. It's another one I always really enjoy.
I mean, I watch them too, but like Kyle watched it today. Like, come on.
And the way Alan described it was perfect. It is a weird movie. Like the whole premise is great. And here's what's funny. I walked out of the room for a minute, and the part where he busts the whole Santa Claus operation was on, and my wife was like, yeah, your kids just watched it and they were getting a kick out of it, but they were all fighting. Santa Clauses were all fighting each other, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Jim Belushi is in there.
Yeah, the Big Show's in there.
Turbo Man.
Yeah, so now they don't know what to think about Santa Claus, but
they know that like Santa will give hands out for presents if you act up.
Don't be naughty.
Santa got them hands wrapped and ready.
Put the cookie down. This is a solid 70. Just it's mid for people because you love it or you hate it. So it's a 70.
All right, Tomas, you're up.
I think Kyle is sitting in a pretty solid spot again, but I'm gonna say that Chris is onto something here. Chris, you've spoken some words of wisdom. They didn't know what they had until they had it. So I'm gonna say 58.
58. Oh wow, it's going real low.
All
right,
I love the movie. I love the movie, but I could see it.
All right.
See,
Sinbad
I'm glad.
It's Sinbad, yes.
Too. It's exactly
from Shazam.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
What?
But
you have to look it up sometime, Kyle. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird one of those. Like, did we all get tricked?
Yeah, we totally got
tricked when it comes to that movie. Like, I could have sworn I saw cheeseburgers moving from the sky. I swear.
That's Kazam.
Is it?
With Shaquille O'Neal.
Is it?
Is it though?
Well, he has candy bars with his face on it raining down.
Does he?
Yes. Shaquille O'Neal, not Sinbad.
All right, Chris.
You said Shazam.
I did say Shazam.
That's literally the argument too. It's like,
was
it?
Yeah. What? Yeah. There's that effect, right? We're like, yeah,
Mandela effect.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. I was like, did that happen? Okay. So Tomas was in my head with this movie too because it doesn't become the Christmas movie until later when you're like, dude, where was this movie? It's like it's always been out there, but people I think sandbagged it early, and then you start seeing it years later. And you're like, holy crap, it's actually really good.
Right.
And then that was a movie that was created when Arnold was still doing all the Terminator stuff. So for him to be in a Christmassy,
he was still in his prime
movie, right? And then Sinbad was falling off, or why the heck is this guy in this movie? Where he's he was just one last
He's like, hey, the paycheck's nice,
right? Yeah. Well, the idea is that nobody wanted to do a Christmas movie with Arnold, so Sinbad was like, I volunteer as tribute because no one else is dumb enough to do it because it's Arnold doing a freaking Christmas movie. So why am I doing this?
Yeah, dang.
That's a good point. I'm gonna say it was actually, hopefully, after all this, I'm gonna sound like an idiot because I'm gonna be completely wrong, but 48. It's 48. In the 40s. There's no way it got out of the 50s early on.
Yes, it's
couldn't have.
It's not. It's,
all right.
It's probably in the 80s.
Kyle, it's another win for you.
I'm telling you.
No way!
Yeah, it was.
It's so
It
good.
is a 7.3 or 73. So he's right under it.
No.
Guys, I'm
And Die Hard was where?
I don't have it up right now, but it was
5.5. You said,
yeah, 5.5. Yeah,
Get
that one has
outta
a lot of
here.
reviews, so I feel like it may have
Daddy.
gotten bombed or something,
It had
which
to.
happens, but that's always the risk.
Daddy.
That is the duel of rates.
No.
Yeah, that is always the risk.
No
That is
way.
Daddy. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Uh,
Dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun.
we'll go with a little nicer one that we all enjoy.
Cool.
The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yes, I was waiting
all
for this.
right, yes, this is my favorite.
So, and
The one
Tomas
where
is
they took
starting.
the song out.
Yeah, Tomas is starting this one off. We have a critic score of 64.
I mean, I
Not bad, actually.
I love this movie now. I can't go through Christmas without watching this. Like oh man, I love this movie so much. 64. No, this deserves an 84, Bob.
No,
84. All right.
he went
Chris?
with the emotional. He went with the emotional guess, not even the logic. That was
No, I
that
just
84 came
I
from
just
the heart.
commit.
Ah,
Just commit.
he said full send, Bob. You
I
put your
can't
final
stop
answer
it.
already, already pressed the button and everything. Just full send. I don't know, man. I didn't really care for this one all that much.
It's the best one.
Is it? It's just, again, it was
It's
just
Kind of
my
like that somebody
idea.
doesn't like it as much.
It's
That's
my
awesome.
favorite.
It's just the idea that it's the Christmas Carol again and again, and it's the Muppet. I don't know, man. It just.
But the Muppets
They
do
do
it
it-
right. The Muppets
They do it well,
right.
and it's
Do
short.
they?
It's short.
Yeah, it's not forever.
It's like
yeah.
80 minutes or something.
Of just pain.
Just 85 minutes. Yeah.
Do you like the Muppets? I have a feeling you're not a big Muppet fan.
I'm okay.
Yeah, see,
I'm okay
that
with the Muppets.
Yeah,
you
that's,
do
I
have
think,
to
where
love the
problem is.
Muppets to enjoy this.
You said 64 were the critics?
64 was the critic score. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is, the Muppets they already have a fan base, so
Mm. And we're crazy.
Mhm.
yeah. You guys just
That
you
was-
could've put it on. You could have just
I'm just-
72, man.
yeah.
I'm walking away from this conversation.
This,
All right,
is,
sounds
that's,
good.
I'm walking away.
this was like the peak of the Muppets, in my opinion, as well.
This one came out, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this one came out real close to after Jim Henson died, or
Yes.
was started being made real close after Jim Henson died, because
You can't
Brian
give
Henson-
Kyle that ammo now.
I already
Come
know
on.
Brian,
this. I
Brian
know this.
Henson, Brian
His
Henson,
son
yeah,
took over. Yes.
as a tribute to him was the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, so it was-
Oh.
it was made out of love. Fun fact:
got Michael.
there
It's got Michael Caine.
the Disney version and many of the DVD versions take out a song in the middle of the movie,
Mhm.
probably for TV editing reasons. But I have the
I think it was
DVD.
for length at first.
Yeah, the length, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for commercials and stuff. I have the version that includes the song when
That's crazy.
Scrooge's love or whatever, his girlfriend, leaves him,
Mhm.
and it ruins the whole movie when they take it out. So this is clearly the best movie, Christmas movie ever made. So it's 87.
87. Okay,
Yeah.
87.
Look at you.
All right. Well, look at that, Chris. You get it by default because both these guys went over.
What the hell?
So it was an 82,
Blasphemy.
which is
okay.
just too far.
That's-
Yeah, just too far. Just too low for Tomas.
See,
So-
when the heart decides something, though, you just have to go with
I
it.
get it.
Like,
Yeah, I
The
get it. We
love
got
is
two more,
gone.
and we'll wrap it up at that point.
The love
Two
is
more.
gone.
We have my personal favorite of this franchise, which is why I chose this one. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
The
I
second
feel like
one,
Hey.
the second one is better than the
Second
first
one,
one.
you
In my
like the
opinion,
second
I
one
enjoy it
better?
more.
really?
Yeah, I enjoy
like
it
the
better.
first one.
It's got
Yeah.
Tim Curry,
Yes.
which really highlights it a lot. But I think they
That
just
is
get
a bonus.
they get it down a little bit better than the
I
second one.
felt I felt like the novelty was lost in the second one.
I mean, I
No.
won't deny with anybody that it is essentially the same movie or same premise.
Yeah, it's the same.
But
movie,
I just feel like
It's
it's
Tim
I just feel like it's done better
But it's Tim Curry.
personally.
Yeah.
But anyways, the critic score is 46. I think
Wow.
Chris is up first this time.
It's
Yeah,
Kyle.
it was first last time.
It's
No,
me?
it's Kyle. Oh,
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, okay. my
Yeah,
bad.
you went first last time.
sorry.
Open up
I almost,
this way,
almost
Yeah.
skipped Kyle.
Yeah,
Sorry, Kyle.
hasn't gone-
My
Yeah.
bad.
That's
Okay,
all
Kyle.
right. It's never
You're in.
actually not easy going first, but winners got to do what you got to do. So.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's 1-1,
In a-
people. He's 1-1.
I know. What was it? Critic score 40 something.
Mhm.
46 for the critic score. 46.
Where it belongs.
You're probably right. This is the same movie, so it's a 66, in my opinion.
66. Okay,
Tim-
nice.
Tim
nice.
Curry gives it the bump. That's it.
Yeah, I think Tim Curry does a good job in this. Also, Donald Trump's in it apparently, which is
Oh,
I don't know why I
yeah.
just had to say
Yes.
that. Really bizarre. I didn't
Yeah.
know that until like way later. I was like, oh
Trump.
wait,
Forgot
what?
about that. Yeah, there was-
Yeah,
he's in his-
just randomly there.
Hotel.
Mhm.
Tomas, what do you think?
I honestly, like I said, the first one is by far my favorite. Tim Curry, yay, but yay. So for me
Yay?
personally, I think we're gonna go with 50, solid 50.
50.
nice.
A little bit better than the critics, but not loved.
Not
All right,
too much.
Chris. You got the last one. You've heard them, and the critic
Yeah.
score is 46. 46.
Uh-oh. I think you just dropped what it was. Sorry, Freudian slip there. I don't know if that's fair for me to take a guess. If that was a Freudian slip, I think we can throw the movie out.
Don't worry about it. It's not. It is not.
Or it was like a Houston Astros signal, just to throw you off. It's a false
Did you hear him
signal.
banging the trash? He was banging the trash cans. You can hear it? I can hear the trash cans. I can hear him in the background.
We got it on tape.
This is the one. First of all, I don't know how they forget their kid twice. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk
I
about
don't
it.
understand it.
They split at the
Hey.
airport this time. They could make it to the airport. It's just at the airport they split because he starts following the wrong trench coat wearing guy, which he
Yeah,
thought was his
but-
dad.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to go along those lines, so let's be fair, because as Deadpool points out, Liam Neeson's not really that much great of a father either. All right, like that's 4 times his kids get stolen.
true, right? It's just
At some point, who's at fault?
Kidnapped.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
right.
at some point,
Take a look in the mirror, guy. Like, come on. And then the old pigeon lady is freaking creepy too.
That was yeah.
I think she's
Yeah,
more
she
enjoyable than the snow shoveler, but that's just me.
Yeah, that guy
that
was really
creepy
boring.
too.
He was just so
Yeah,
boring. When you finally meet him, you're like, oh,
Uh,
you're just boring.
So, with it being just a reskin of another movie that's already been seen,
Do it.
do it.
Do it.
I want to commit to that Freudian slip. Closest without going over. I
know.
want to go with Kyle. I want to go with 60. Kyle said 66, so I'll go 68.
You bum.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Well, this is Duel of Fates, Duel of Rates history, as Kyle has got it on the money. It is 6.6 was the user score. So, Kyle, you got 2 points for that.
I'm getting high fives right now. You guys can't see it.
All right.
I'm
and the
going up on
last-
stage.
I
I
mean,
mean,
this
we're
is like. I mean,
Maybe it
this
was
is like
close.
talking about the Apollo landing with a rocket scientist. Like, this really isn't fair for me and Chris. Like,
Yeah.
but
I tried to warn you guys. I didn't know this was happening, but I'm glad it is.
I knew we were
Okay.
close too.
So we have one more, but I mean, that's
yeah, who
well,
can save us now, right?
yeah.
Well, let's who.
Bonus
What is it?
points.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, what is
Okay,
this?
let's
hear
just do it. This is just for fun now. How about,
Oh, jeez.
yeah, Gremlins is the last one I put on here.
Oh,
A Christmas
I
movie.
forgot about that movie.
Christmas. It's
I-
a
Yeah,
Christmas
that's a good one.
movie.
I
It
don't
is. It
watch
happens
this
to-
one.
It was supposed to be a gift. It was supposed to be a gift for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
But that's
insane.
what Gizmo was, or not Gizmo. I'm sorry, the other one for before he gets.
Gosh, I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a gift for Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then it turns out very, very, very bad.
Yeah.
Very, very, very bad.
That's
All
the back of the
right.
box.
No
Right
water,
now.
man.
That's the back
Right,
of the
no
VHS
water, but
tape.
there's frozen water falling from the sky. So terrible idea. Terrible gift. Whoever thought that was a good idea.
Seriously, like,
Right?
thanks
Like,
It's literally
For
snowing.
sure.
It's literally falling from the sky. Like, what are you doing?
Okay. All right,
sorry, go
Tomas.
ahead.
I think you're up this time.
all right. Well, Gremlins. What's the score?
The score is for critics is 70.
really?
Wow.
This is
Okay.
yep. This is a
Wow.
Steven Spielberg food movie, isn't
Yeah.
it? No,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is.
Yeah.
It says Steven Spielberg presents, I guess. So I guess he's a producer.
Yeah,
He's not the director,
Okay.
but he's
presents,
definitely a
yeah.
producer.
You know,
Ah.
Imogen and I just watched Willow yesterday, the movie.
I don't know
Still, I
what that
still-
relates to this, but
Yeah,
Steven
what does that
Spielberg.
even mean?
oh,
Oh, okay.
I thought you were trying to
Yeah.
compare Willow with Gizmo here. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm sorry.
There's a reboot
That's
coming,
what I
right? Willow's coming back.
Yeah, they have started reboot. It's
a new show. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Okay,
It's already
so
out.
I'm gonna say, man, I don't think the fans could have loved it as much as the critics, because usually we see a big difference, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go with the fans were like kind of about it. So we'll say 60.
60.
Okay.
All right. Chris?
Yeah, I feel the same way because I think that was at a position where Spielberg was trying to make his way to director, and like the movie runs clean, but like the idea of it and how it runs, you're like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
And how is this happening? Okay, it's actually happening. Okay, we're here now. Okay. So as a viewer, I don't know if following it was easy to do.
No, it's not.
Um,
It's really not.
Yeah.
And then there's like some weird moments in there too, when there's like a bunch of them running around and blenders are involved. It's a lot. It's a lot. It goes weird really quick. It goes
Mhm. There's some hard right turns they make.
yeah, abrupt too, without warning. The movie feels like it needs a consent form that you forget to sign before you walk in.
He ain't wrong.
What'd you say the people gave him? Not the people.
The critics gave it a 70.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that sucks because it's really hard to follow as a viewer. But when a critic's looking at, they're looking at it from a cinematic standpoint, and it's not terrible. If you were to have different things going on, not Gremlins. So it's an anomaly. It's an anomaly, and they got it wrong on this one. So I'm gonna go with 60, 61. 61.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Just
61.
a
Like
hard
61.
cut right there.
Like 61.
All right. 61. Kyle, you're last.
Okay, so we have 61, and what did Tomas say?
60.
Oh, you said 60? I'm sorry. I even really.
No, it's all good.
Now
It's all
I
good.
feel bad. I did not mean that. I
This
apologize.
one's for fun. This one's for fun. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
You guys have great minds think alike, right? There you go. So believe it or not, this has a sequel. And,
Does.
it's
Uh-huh.
it was that popular. So I'm going to say that this is an 81 user score.
81.
Yeah, and
I'll guess this.
I don't agree.
I
I don't agree with it, but I think that's what it is.
All right.
What are you
Well,
going to do, Chris? What is?
Chris, with that little swoop in, you definitely got
know.
that one.
Dang it!
yeah. Not bad, not bad.
80. It is
Okay.
a 72. 72 is
Too
Fair
high.
enough.
Oh, so it was close to the user or the critic score.
yeah, that was very
Yeah.
close. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, good job, Kyle. You came in saying you do love Christmas movies, and I guess this
do.
shows it. You are the
It's
Christmas
kinda
movie fan.
proves it. Yeah.
Yeah, write it
Oh,
down
good
somewhere
job,
so we don't
everybody.
forget.
All
I want
right.
everyone to
Who cares,
remember.
man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
No one cares.
Put it on the
Love you guys
It's like
too.
whose line is it anyway? Points made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't points don't matter. Yeah,
It don't matter. They're just for fun.
matters in my
right.
heart.
Well, no, you did a great job, Kyle. You get the honorary Christmas movie victory trophy.
I know of all
I got a
the
button
of
for
all
that.
the
Hold on.
things of all the things I would like.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Yay.
That works.
There you go. You feel better now?
I do
There you go.
actually. I love that
There you
noise.
are.
All right.
It used
Well,
to be my ringtone, my text tone.
text tone. That's a
Yeah.
good text tone. I can
Yeah.
see
That's
that
not bad. It's a good one. I appreciate that.
It
actually.
for sure.
it gave me a little boost throughout the day.
Mhm.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for listening. Anybody who has tuned in, hopefully you may have had to take this in at least 2 or 3 parts because it's a longer episode. But I hope you all have a great Christmas season and good Christmas breaks. And I look forward to doing more casts next year. So I'll see you all later.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right.